Hi there! Season's greetings. Well, Thanksgiving's come and gone. Now it's time to get up the Christmas tree, and as you can see, I'm putting the final touches here on my festive little tree. I thought I'd take an opportunity to show you some of the ornaments I've got here that decorate this festive tree, and some are a little unconventional, but nonetheless, the story behind all of them. So, why don't I show you these? Come on, let's get a closer look. Now, a lot of these ornaments that I have on my tree, I mean, you've got some, traditional Christmas ornaments that, everybody else might have, like this one from Hallmark, when Hallmark was making hilarious Christmas tree ornaments. See? Boy, that gave me a laugh. But there are a lot of other ornaments I have on my tree here that are, well, let's just be honest, they're not ornaments. Like, for instance, this one here. This is a keychain from Liverpool, England. Okay, see that right there? Liverpool Football Club. Now this one's important. Well, first of all, my mom and dad recently went to Liverpool, and they brought back this keychain for me just for this little tree here. And the thing about Liverpool is very significant to me because, well, I'm a first-generation American, and this is the city where my mother was born. So Liverpool's very important to me, so I make sure that there's a little bit of it on my tree. Now my girlfriend, when she travels a lot, and she does do a lot of traveling for her job, she brings me ornaments from Portugal, from England, the Netherlands, all kinds of places. And she actually gave me this one from the Tower of London. See? Huh? Ball and chain. I'm sure there's a joke there, but I know not to go there with it. So, just my girlfriend gave me a ball and chain. Think about it. I've got one also from London. There's one here from, let me show you that one, from Portugal. Huh? See? So, I always appreciate that. Whenever people go places, they bring me back a keychain, and it makes the tree. I have a lot of keychains, as you can tell, but not all of my ornaments, as you can also tell, are keychains. For instance, this one is a bookmark. I went to the Longfellow House in Portland, Maine. Went there with the aforementioned girlfriend, and we had a nice little weekend getaway. Really fun historic place, and it's got a nice little quote there that I think, people are always looking for quotes this time of year, so I thought I'd give you a quote as I made a YouTube video and tell you should read more because, well, your teachers always say you should read more, so I'm here to tell you you should read more. Now, some of the other things I have here on my tree that are, well, somewhat unconventional. Let me show you this one here. This. See, that's my press pass. When I got my first paying journalism job, I got a press pass for the Patriot Ledger. And this was an important milestone for me. So, it went here onto the tree. Well, covered a few other things, and I ended up getting a job down on Cape Cod. And this was a radio station that belonged to a cluster of stations that I was a reporter for. So, proud memory of mine, it made the tree. And one of the towns that we covered was the town of Yarmouth. And when Yarmouth PD, the media guy we liaisoned most of the time was a gentleman named Stephen Exaros, Deputy Police Chief, and it just so happened he had a baseball card, huh? There he is, that's Stephen Exaros. Nothing says Christmas like the Deputy Police Chief of Yarmouth. This is another job-related one. If you're a fan of alternative music in the Boston area, a lot of people remember F&X. I was a street teamer for F&X, so I worked there for a while, and I decided to remember that place of employment with this keychain. See? 1017. For a while, I worked at a station called WBSM in New Bedford, and I had a really fun time there. Met a lot of nice people, great community, loved New Bedford. and I wanted to make sure I'd always remember my time there. So I went to the famous Whaling Museum. Great museum, by the way. I highly recommend it. And I got this keychain. See, there in New Bedford, to show its proud whaling tradition. Of course, now this right here, this is my newest ornament, and the most timely, reflecting my current situation. There are also a couple here from my childhood, some that I made as a young lad. See? Merry Christmas, Daniel. Now I'm sure you're looking at the fine craftsmanship exhibited here, and you're going to be shocked to learn that I actually only made this in elementary school. Now, there's another one here I wanted to show you, too, because this was a very nice gift that my parents got me. As you all have probably heard, if you don't know who I am, I work in radio. And they wanted to get me a radio, and they went looking around and they found a radio. Now this is also important because I had a boombox just like this when I was a kid. It was the 80s. And I put like a whole bunch of graffiti on it because, well, that's what people back in the 80s thought was cool. And I was a little kid, so, you know, there you go. I know you're shocked because you probably all thought I was much, much younger with my youthful, handsome appearance. But, no, I grew up in the 80s when a lot of stuff was happening. So there you go. Now something else here. This is kind of a little thing that you see on some trees, especially a lot of Irish trees that a lot of people do. This is a poinsettia. Now this is Christmas. A lot of people see these kinds of flowers around for Christmas time, and I'm no different. So I wanted to get some on my own tree, and they did. Now also this one kind of is fun too. See there? Erin go bra. If you didn't know, I'm Irish. And I thought my tree should represent that, so it made the tree. This, the Hollywood Black Film Festival. See? Hollywood Black Film Festival. Now, I was fortunate enough to be able to go out and cover this when I went out to LA with my friend Crosby Tatum, that award-winning filmmaker Crosby Tatum. It was my first time out ever in LA. I had a lot of fun here. Met a lot of great people. I was given a press pass, so I got to cover everything. It was really a lot of fun. My first trip to the West Coast, my first trip to LA, and like I said, I really got to interact with some great people, met a lot of amazing filmmakers, and really just a great time. One of my very fun memories in life. So, it made the tree. There you go. See? Now, I'm going to show you some of the final things on my tree, and I've held on to mentioning these for last because there's a lot of sentimentality here. So now if you look here, you'll see some very nice beads here. Now these came from Jordan Marsh. My grandmother worked at Jordan Marsh, and you know, she got these for her tree. So a lot of these ornaments were made by her or with her, such as this one. This was a little craft project she made with me when I was a kid. Wrapping paper, toothpicks, and a string here. And we made these for Christmas and kept it on the tree. And that's one of the things I like about ornaments. They're a way to look back and remember those who are no longer with you, but still with you in a way. And of course, like I said with my grandmother, what do you see right here? But the star. That was the star that was on her tree. And now it sits on mine. That's my tree. Yeah, you've seen some of the ornaments on my tree. So, I hope as you're decorating your tree or doing whatever you do to celebrate this holiday season, that it treats you well. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, everyone. Bye.